and it was going okay. And there's another video of him and Melody talking about that. And she said that she came in and she elevated the business, meaning that outside of being word of mouth and doing services for people, friends of the family, neighbors, that she came in and helped him to take it to the next level. Meaning that you are now having employees to go out and get these contracts for services. And now you go into running the logistics, double, tripling the money of the business by expanding in that way. Then Hotel had the idea of saying, okay, you should quit teaching. Let's do this, let's do that. Because they're married and they're a team. So, okay, cool. Can't knock him for that. So now they moved on into something else because Melody was the planner, the project manager, the facilitator. She was the engine. She was behind the scenes, which is one of the most important positions to be, because without proper planning and proper execution, businesses fail. In that new role, when they got into real estate and property preservation and these other businesses after teaching, he realized that he's the muscle. He's the assistant. He's the helper. He's the support system, which is nothing wrong with that. She was in office. He was out of office. That's where their skill sets were in that relationship. To me, that seems like balance, in my opinion. You have one person that's good at logistics, property managing, planning, implementing, delegating. And then you have the other person who is the support system, the cheerleader, the one that can get out in the field and go check things out, come back and let Melody know. Go out and have meetings for potential clients. Bring it back to Melody for her to execute. His ego got in the way of him having a happy and successful and loving marriage. He himself was the cause and the cure to his marriage. You felt small because you realized that you were the worker and your wife was the boss. Your ego couldn't take it. So what did you do, Hotel? You went out and found someone who can make you feel big, who can make you feel like you're the one that knows everything. You're the one teaching and showing all these things. You needed someone that wasn't that bright, wasn't that experienced in life. It made you feel big and powerful, which is why you control her the way that you do. She said herself, I don't speak to Marceau and Maurice. What do I look like talking to them? Martel's like, what? He don't allow that. I don't say anything. So we already know from just the little sprinkles of little information that you've dropped here and there that you were the young girl who idolized him, who couldn't believe that you got him. Oh my goodness, look at him. He's a boss. He got money. And he chasing me. So now your ego is flattered and growing. And I'm a woman. Come on now. I'm pretty sure that you had checked out his wife. And that probably was another incentive for you to entertain him. Oh, wow. Look at her. Oh, wow. He's cheating on her with me? Damn, I must really be that B. I'm that B. That's why she says that. Because she is comparing it against what she was up against. So in her small, adolescent, immature mind, she sees this situation as, well, if I can get a man to mess up a marriage with a woman like that, that's pretty, that's bossed up, that's prim and proper and respected and all these things, if I can be the one that's in competition with her man against her, that must mean I'm somewhere close to it. Girl, no, that is not how that works. You were used to humble his wife because he felt small next to her. Number one, he needed someone, as he referred to, in peasant status, in the 15 to 20, well, he said 15, in the 15% category. Because against that 80 to 85, he felt small. He smelled tiny, like a little ant. Like, so he needed to knock down those numbers. So that's why he needed somebody that was peasant level, 15% status, in order to feel like the man. Because who else was going to believe all the lies? That he's the brains? You believe he's the brains? You believe what he came and told you. He came and told you a whole bucket of lies. You were his personal diary, his personal audience to his life as Hotel Holt. What he idealized himself to be. You were the only one that could believe it in its entirety, which is what he was addicted to. But now that has become the same thing that's the nail in his coffin, because he has to keep you. He has to keep her around. Number one, because he's still in a bad place, so his ego needs some feeding in order to continue, because his situation is bad. He is not successful, and he is trying to fake it till he make it. And then the other reason is she holds the secrets. That if he completely cut her off, let her go, found somebody new, that she's going to lose it. And his public image, I mean, it's already done, but in his mind, he still thinks it's something to fight for. This man came over there and played pretend with you, and you are so lost and confused that you are still, to this day, trying to decode what's true and what's not true. Because I'm sure he told you that they're actors, and you believe that they're actors because he told you that. That's why you can't believe what he's saying and doing on TV and in interviews, because that's the acting part, and everything with you is the real life part. I feel really bad for her. She needs therapy. She's going to need therapy after this relationship. Like, let's be real. There are some relationships that women have in their early 20s that do mess girls up, meaning they don't see stuff the way that it actually is. They haven't fully healed or decoded what happened to them, so they're walking through life with this in this state of confusion and distorted reality. And because so much of what her existence is what Hotel has told her, her mind just can't make sense of it, and it shows. She needs therapy. She needs to let Hotel go, focus on her kids, get a job, career, or something, because I mean, you've already gave him, I think, over 7 years of your life. You gave him majority of your 20s, and now you're in your 30s. The same age group that you call old. So now you are in the position for young girls to come and accept the advances of your man when you get one.
Like, I would have never gave a fuck about what Martell and other people doing had Martell not still been persistently pursuing me.
I am so tired of her using that freaking excuse. I wouldn't be in this situation if Martell wasn't consistently pursuing me. Are you not a woman in the world? All women in the world have somebody that's persistently pursuing them, or have had someone persistently pursue them. If you're not interested, you don't give them no play. If you're not interested, you don't entertain. If you're not interested, you don't give them no time a day. If you're not interested, you don't open the door. With that logic, you basically saying that if a guy pursues you heavy or consistently enough, you don't have a choice but to belong to him. Please stop using that excuse, girl. It don't make a lick of sense. So what does that mean? You don't have self-control? You don't have a mind of your own? You don't have willpower? You don't have standards that the only standard is pursue me hard enough, pursue me long enough, and you get me? And another thing why I want you to stop saying it is because I don't believe it, and most people don't believe it, in my opinion. This man has admitted multiple times that you knew he was married because he wore his ring, and you stated he was at a family function where you met him. So he said he had his ring on. He said he told you the first night that he was married, but he wanted a girlfriend. Just like, you have not been under a rock, girl. I know you've seen this stuff. So that means you see it and you hear it and you just live in denial. You make up a crazy ass reason to not believe it. I think at some point in one of these recordings, I'm not sure if it's this one for Original Straight No Chaser, she asked her, what is your love language? And she said, it don't take much. Well, we all saw that. You admit it, and we've seen it. Like you said, he pursued me. So I had to be with him. I had to love him and to get with him and sleep with him and do all these things with him because he just wouldn't stop pursuing me. That don't sound healthy. If that's the perspective you really trying to put out there. That don't make neither one of y'all look good. So your love language is it don't take much. How a man gets you is to stalk you or call you enough. Girl. And then you want to say you that B and you got self-esteem. Your words and your actions do not match.
He always say, I was living two different lives, Arionne.
Exactly. He was living two different lives. So what the hell do you be mad at Melody for? Do you not understand that when people, not just men, anybody, when they live a double life, that means they have to lie. That means they have secrets. That means they are being deceitful. That means they are not operating with high morals or values. They are also not honoring their word. And they're being a sneaky snake. That's what a double life is. Double. Meaning I want to keep this one and I want to have another. And they may be totally different, which that definitely was the case with y'all. Because y'all's relationship is not built off of substance. Y'all's relationship is built off of insecurity, built off of ego. Both of you needing your ego stroked so that your self-confidence could grow, which is a false sense of self-confidence.